Whatever happened to trying to appeal to your critics? Whatever happened to throw out the big tent to bring in as many viewers or listeners as humanly possible?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
That seems to be a lost art because the film, television, and music industries all antagonize people nowadays. Don't like what we're doing? Not sure about the new direction of your favorite shows, films, and bands? Well, fuck you, buddy. That's been the exact approach of everyone involved with Doctor Who. Ncuti Gatwa told his critics to not watch and go touch grass.
In bird culture, this is considered a dick move.
My favorite doctor, David Tennant, echoed those sentiments, kind of breaking my heart a little bit. Now, we've got showrunner Russell T Davies doing it, along with the villain from a recent episode.
I am dead inside.
I'm Troy from Arcs on TV, and today we're talking about the Doctor Who team as a collective actively trying to drive off audiences. And well, it's working. Now, let's get into it. To anyone thinking that I'm just a complete Doctor Who hater and I'm stuck in the past of classic Who and I don't like new Who, first of all, I would choose Doctor Who from 2005 to about 2015-16ish over any classic Who.
You're a monster! You're like Hitler, but even Hitler cared about Germany or something.
I know. All of you classic Whovians can trash me down in the comments. But Christopher Eccleston was my first Doctor, made me fall in love with Doctor Who, and then David Tennant convinced me that this was the greatest sci-fi show of all time.
Fact.
Besides that, watch my review of the latest episodes of Doctor Who. I reviewed The Church on Ruby Road, Space Babies, and The Devil's Cord. Not to break my arm patting myself on the back or anything, but I went into it with an open mind, and I actually, well, mostly enjoyed 2 out of 3 of those episodes.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
But now, let's get on to why we're actually here today. We're going to take a look at a few articles from Bounding Into Comics I've got some opinions on. Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies dismisses critics of his decision to focus series on queer themes. Quote, "In dark little corners, people might argue, but that's not the real world," end quote.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Maybe if you pulled your head out of your ass once in a while, Russell, you'd see that those are the real people, and your little bubble is not the real world at all.
Snap out of it!
But Davies defended his focus on queer themes in Doctor Who, dismissing criticism as inconsequential and disconnected from real-world sentiments. Good God. Does he fart directly into his wine glass and then sniff it? Or how does that work? In an interview promoting the show's return, Davies emphasized that these themes feel natural to him, reflecting the acceptance and battles for equality in the world.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
He asserted that the current world is more welcoming, especially to LGBTQ LMNOP+++ divided by sign exclamation point ampersand individuals, contrasting it with his own experiences growing up.
Cool.
Yeah, the world is more welcoming to alphabet people. In fact, no one, including me, has ever cared that gays, lesbians, pansexuals, etc. are characters or even main characters on Doctor Who. And we've always known that Russell himself is gay. You've just never been this damn annoying about it before.
Why are you the way that you are?
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If your cause du jour, your sexuality, your pronouns, your skin color, or your political affiliation are the first things that you want people to know about you, and all you ever talk about, you're not an interesting person, and you should not be taken seriously.
I know what I'm about, son.
You have no personality, and this goes for anyone on any side of the issue. Davies' stance echoes other members of the show's production, like Jinkx Monsoon, who plays the maestro. We'll get into what they said here in just a few. Monsoon encouraged detractors to embrace the show's inclusivity, stating that for every fan lost to transphobia, more are excited for the representation. My God. Any more buzzwords you want to throw out, Jinx? Wow. Anyway, moving on. Despite these assertions, recent episodes of Doctor Who have seen a decline in viewership, indicating a disconnect between the show's direction and audience preferences.
Yup!
Look at some of these headlines about Space Babies and The Devil's Cord, and I know the refrain will be,
Well, actually, these are right-wing extremist news sources.
shut up, nerd.
Nerd! Nerd!
do what I did and open your mind before you speak. GB News. BBC Doctor Who branded woke and unwatchable as TV ratings plummet following return to screen. Daily Express. BBC Doctor Who fans label new series woke and unwatchable as viewer ratings drop. That Park Place. Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who ratings plummet after he told viewers, "Don't watch, turn off the TV." Cosmic Book News. Woke Doctor Who ratings, Ncuti Gatwa loses over 2 million viewers. Non-stop local news. BBC Doctor Who branded woke and unwatchable as TV ratings plummet following return to screens.
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
If you want a more neutral source, if those aren't good enough for you, let's go to information from the Radio Times. Doctor Who ratings revealed for Series 14 launch after early iPlayer debut. Season 14 is the first to launch early on BBC iPlayer. Space Babies, the first episode, was watched by 2.6 million viewers, and The Devil's Cord, the second, having an overnight audience of 2.4 million. While the overnight figures are close to the lowest ever for the show, with Legend of the Sea Devils only securing an overnight audience of 2.2 million in 2022, it's not the whole story. It doesn't include viewers who watched on BBC iPlayer, who will be more significant than ever due to this season being the first to debut early on iPlayer. Figures are also likely to have been affected by good weather in the UK.
Everything that guy just says, bullshit.
Oh, good weather. I also saw an article blaming a mini heat wave for people not watching. Yeah, that old excuse.
Why aren't you more ashamed of yourself?
The old one for wrestling shows having low turnout was, yeah, the new gas station just opened up down the street. It was a tongue-in-cheek way of saying there's always a lame excuse for people not wanting to pay for your product. This is just more of that.
Yep.
To wrap this video up, now let's turn to comments from the villain of The Devil's Cord, the maestro, him, her, them, Z's self, Jinkx Monsoon. I'm referring to another article from Bounding Into Comics for this. Doctor Who actor Jinkx Monsoon rejects critics of series' new queer direction. Quote, "If they don't watch it, then who needs them?" End quote.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Hera Hoffer, known as Jinkx Monsoon, made controversial statements suggesting that those who stop watching Doctor Who due to its progressive direction should not let the door hit them on the way out.
Take a big step back and literally your own face!
Well, Jinkx, I don't know how many doors hit people, but viewers are, in fact, leaving. Monsoon defended Doctor Who's inclusivity, stating that the show was created by a queer person and that new fans will appreciate its direction. Again, we've always known that Russell T Davies was gay.
Ha! Gay!
We knew it through his first run, over a decade ago. It's just been recently that he started getting preachy and annoying about it. I could give a damn less who he sleeps with. Despite Jinx's stance, however, recent episodes of Doctor Who have seen a decline in viewership, which I just covered. The decline contrasts with the 4.73 million viewers from the 60th anniversary special before Series 14.
Jesus Christ.
Monsoon's comments, aimed at critics of the show's direction, have not resonated positively, just like Ncuti Gatwa's nutty comments and Russell T Davies' stupid comments, with many viewers choosing not to watch the series in response. So hey, they got what they wanted. People tuned out in droves.
Not a great plan.
Just to touch on one last thing, it's very telling when you go to Rotten Tomatoes what way the show is heading. For The Church on Ruby Road, it got a 100% critic score, which is insane, and only a 31% audience score. I feel like it's at least somewhere in the middle, but this is just an insane contrast right here.
The worst!
These last two episodes got a 95% critic score and only a 32% audience score.
Damn!
You're driving off a large portion of your audience by playing to one very specific vocal crowd online and in big cities who most probably don't even watch your show, and now you're reaping what you sowed.
Get what you deserve!
Comment with your thoughts on this. Do you like the new Doctor Who? Will you keep watching? Or is Doctor Who dead to you? Do you mind when cast and crew say stupid things in media? Or do you just ignore all of it and just enjoy the products? I honestly want to know about that one because I've got friends and family who absolutely will tune out if they personally have issues with the actors or directors, but then I have others who don't care in the slightest. I'm somewhere in the middle. Let me know down in the comments section. As always, the links to the articles I covered can be found in the video description. Also, please share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Marks on TV, and we'll see you next time.